deep to receive for the Blue Devils is Gary Pope and Brett Reed. Kicking off for the Cadets is number 23, Alex Claiborne.
Coach, no. Straight man.
Ball's out of bounds at about the 21-yard line.
Number 70 was going to come after Taryn. Talking to them, and they just pick it over
The Blue Devils will put the ball in play, 1st and 10, ball on the 35-yard line.
Tell him to wait for a pass right away. Tell him to wait for a pass right away. Tell Avery that, Coach. Tell Rest to wait for a pass. Yeah, I told him to take the
Flag on the play.
We got 12 guys in the field, Coach. We got 12 guys in the field. Tell Avery to get out of it. Tell Avery to get out of it, Coach. Tell Avery to... He's not in there.
Dead ball foul against the Cadets. Substitution infraction, too many men on the field, to bring up a 1st and 5. Ball on the 40-yard line.
Fullback.
Handoff goes to number 24, Ryan Blassie. Abron and Dean on the stop for the Cadets.
Coach, because he was hurt.
No gain on the play, bring up a 2nd and 5.
That's why we went out in the field.
Handoff goes to Blassie.
It's 3rd and 2. 3rd and 1. 3rd and 1.
Brings up a 3rd and 1 for the Blue Devils.
Right there.
Quarterback keeper is good for the 1st down for the Blue Devils. Jones and Hall making the stop for the Cadets.
Their splits are real tight. Alfredo's got to move over. Alfredo's got to move over.
Handoff goes to the fullback, Blassie. Chris Jones. Jay O'Neill making the tackle for the Cadets. Brings up a 2nd and 7 for the Blue Devils. Ball's on the 50-yard line. And off to Blassie again. Dean and Woodland making the stop for the Cadets.
No, he wasn't.
Brings up a 3rd and 5 for the Blue Devils. Brittner back to pass. Pass is complete to number 22, Cyril. Kyle on the stop for the Cadets. Blue Devils pick up a first down on that play. Ball on the 30-yard line. Lazic gets the call this time. Brings up a 2nd and 7 for the Blue Devils.
Players got Titans.
Reese, the ball carrier for the Blue Devils. Jones and Woodland making a tackle for the Cadets. Brings up a 3rd down with about 3 to go for the first for the Blue Devils. Goes to the fullback. Massey, he stops at the line of scrimmage for no gain. Dean and Woodland making the hit for the Cadets. Brings up a 4-3 for the Blue Devils. There's a flag on the play. The Cadets are drawn offside. They'll bring up the first down for the Blue Devils. Jesse Husson, the ball carrier, brought down in the backfield by number 22, Charles Avon, with a loss on the play. Bring up a 3rd and 11 for the Blue Devils.
Patterson and Wheeler didn't know where they belonged. He goes in for Wheeler. Go. On the other side. Somebody's got to get outside over there.
Bigger back to pass. Mother in the backfield by number 77, Jay O'Neill. And James Patterson. There's another loss on the play. We'll bring up a 4th And about 15 for the Blue Devils. Mark White to attempt the field goal. The field goal attempt is no good. Ball is over on down to the Cadets. Handoff to Jones. Good. The short standing play will bring up a second and 9.
Yeah, halfback's really uptight. 13. No, but he's up in there. Just jam. 42's in there. They got 4, 5 guys in there. 76, John
Handoff
Dennis.
going number 42, Chris Jones.
Yes, that's
Brittner and Blassie making him stop for the Blue Devils. Cadets will have a 3rd and 6. Handoff going to Jones again.
down tackle.
Simmons and Rock making the stop for the Blue Devils.
John down.
Bring up a 4th down for the Cadets. Number 7, Rob Wheeler, back to punt for the Cadets. Ball rolls in on about the 15-yard line. We're able to put the ball in play, 1st and 10.
They kicked that corner or whatever, and nobody went down. They just went down. They're yelling about it.
Tell him, outside. Yard,
Blassie, the ball carrier for the Blue Devils, are brought down after about a 2-yard gain. Betancourt, Jones, and Woodland making the tackle for the Cadets.
Patterson's on the wrong side.
Ghetto girl. Right there.
tight end. Avery moves out on the wing.
Jones and Adams making the tackle for the Cadets.
He's on the tight end side.
Like the third linebacker, because they want to fire too. Now they on the party.
It's going to be 4th and 2.
Release the ball carrier. Bring up a 4th down for the Blue Devils. Number 10, Darren Brittner back to punt for the Blue Devils. Ball downs the ball for the Blue Devils. On about the 44-yard line, Cadets will put the ball in play, 1st and 10.
Yeah, 77.
That's
42. See, they're watching the 42. Defensive end. Okay, now watch the linebacker. Yeah, now here's the linebacker outside. You've got 2 inside linebackers outside. Look at the halfbacks, how tight they are. If we can get there, we shall call the sneak. Fell down.
the quarterback, number 11, Boheem Powell, on the keeper for the Cadets. Block making the tackle for the Blue Devils.
This linebacker,
No gain on the play.
he's not going to get out around. He's so close.
Brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Cadets.
We got a bunch of
The shot goes to number 1, Joel Scott. Brittner and Zabalski making the stop for the Blue Devils. We'll bring up a 3rd and 6 for the Cadets. Ball's on about the 47-yard line. Powell back to pass. Intended for number 3, James Patterson, over his head. Reese defending for the Blue Devils. The Cadets will be forced to punt. Reese and Blasi back deep for the Blue Devils. Wheeler to punt for the Cadets. Third catch is called for by the Blue Devils. The Blue Devils will put the ball in play, 1st and 10, ball on about the 20-yard line. There's a fumble on the play.
Coach, I'm going to look at the straight dive, okay, or the ice line.
We have to have the first and 10 go on the 20-yard line. Foul handball to number 42, Chris Jones. Boston and Jansen making the tackle for the Blue Devils. Brings up a second and about 9 for the Cadets.
Make me sick.
Handoff goes to 22, Charles O'Brien. Simmons making the tackle for the Blue Devils. Brings up a third and about 5 for the Cadets.
What the fuck does it sound like? It doesn't sound like Charles, did it? Huh? For sure.
The shot goes to number 1, Joel Scott. He goes in for the score for the Cadets. Alex Claiborne will attempt the point after for the Cadets.
No good.
It's the point attempt is denied for the Greencastle Blue Devils 0. This on a Reese back seat for the Blue Devils. Claiborne to kick off for the Cadets.
Help Patterson out there, will you? Whenever they have the tight end, he's opposite the tight end. And if there's a wing out there, you move on the outside guy, Bakercourt takes the tight end.
Ball taken by Charles Rowe. There's a fumble on the play and Scotland recovers. The ball recovered by number 20, Angelo Adams. Scotland will have a first and 10 ball on the 36-yard line. Handoff goes to Abram, and a setback that goes to Chris Jones, number 42. Jansen and Brittner making the tackle for the Blue Devils.
Patterson wasn't following that time, Coach. He didn't carry out his Baker is. He stopped and looked at the play.
I think that's all what they were saying. That's what it sounded like, you know? Just like literally. That's what it looks like. You know what it says, though.
Raheem Powell on the keeper. Pushed out of bounds by Brittner and Wendell. Bring up the third down for the Cadets.
Third and 1, coach.
I know, because she wrote it.
About a yard for the first down.
Third and 1.
An official timeout for the Blue Devil, who's down on the field injured.
Well, because that one's left in the president. You can at least curl it.
The Cadets will attempt a 2-point conversion. So Howell's pass intended for number 83, Rob Avery, is incomplete. Ripley defending for the Blue Devils. The score remains the Scotland Cadets 12 and the Greencastle Blue Devils 0.
Multicultural. Don't forget my camera. It's falling again. The generic thing. I know we did. I know.
Clifton and Reese back deep for the Blue Devils. Claiborne to kick off for the Cadets. Ball taken by Jesse Hickman. Play first and 10, ball on the 25. Billy Woodland and Charles Abraham making the tackle for the Cadets.
personal foul. I don't know what the hell they're doing here.
Tight ends on this side.
Whitmer rolling. Pass intended for number 22, David. Whitmer passing. Complete to...
Somebody's got to get over here.
Whitmer back to pass. Well, they're done. Whitmer back to punt for the Blue Devils. Avery back to for the Cadets. Whitmer hands off to the fullback, number 24, Blassie. Whitmer's pass intended for number 13. Whitmer back to pass. There's a flag on the play. Brittner back to pass again. Complete to number 38. Ball rolls dead into the end zone. Cadets will take over 1st and 10. Claiborne to kick off for the Cadets. Brittner back to pass for the Blue Devils. Intended for number 22. Brittner back to pass. Intended for 83, Rob Avery, back seat for the Cadets. Number 10, Darren Brittner, doing the punting for the Blue Devils. the pass. Rob Will attempts to handoff goes to number 1, Joel Scott. Ritter downs the ball. Ball taken by number 22, Charles Avon. Hands off to number 42, Chris Jones. Hand off to number 42, Chris Jones. Foul hands off to 42, Jones. Ball's on about the 38-yard line. Hand off to Jones. Rock and Brittner making the tackle for the Blue Devils. Foul. Foul pitches out to number. Ball goes to number 42, Chris Jones. Pitch out goes to number 1, Joel Scott. Steps out of bounds, called across the goal line. Foul on the keeper. Foul on the keeper, good point after for the Cadets. Daniels holding.
Our score is 26-0.
Ball taken by number 82. Ball. Number 25 for the Blue Devils. Adam Sackey for the Cadets. back to pass. Intended for pitch out goes to number 1, Joel Scott. Raheem Powell on the keeper. Simmons making handoff goes to number 42, Chris Jones, who picks up the first down for the Cadets. First and 10, ball up.
And the third quarter scores 26-0. Beginning of the fourth quarter.
Powell back to pass. Intended for number 7, Wheeler, is picked off by number 82, Willie Farrell. Brittner back to pass. Intended for number 22, Danny Terrell, goes incomplete. Number 11, Powell, defending for the Cadets. Brings up a 2nd and 10 for the Blue Devils. Handoff goes to number 24, Ryan Glossi. Abron, Woodland, and John Dennis making the tackle for the Cadets. Brings up a 3rd and about 9 for the Blue Devils. Brittner back to pass.
Change their names, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Handoff to the fullback, number 42, Chris Jones. Pitch out to number 1, Joel Scott. Moving down the right side of the field. Scott goes in. Sherrill and Reese back deep for the Blue Devils. Boys, the ball is taken by number 22, Sherrill. Angelo Adams taking the tackle for the Cadets. The handoff goes to number 25, Gary Pope. Brittner to do that tour, that chore. The punt is blocked. Robert Avery picks it up and runs it in. Ball taken by number 22, Cheryl. Handoff goes to number 38, Brett Reese. Who's ready? 25, Gary Cope, the ball.
It was so funny, man. He was running so slow.